Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to World of Warcraft Vanilla Classic, the Bloodsail Buccaneers server, and our hardcore priest run. Thank you guys so much for clicking on the video and joining me today. I really do appreciate it. You may be able to tell that my voice is a bit rough today. Yesterday I started to get an upper respiratory illness, some kind of cold or flu, something completely mundane, I'm sure. It just comes on the heels of other things that have kind of messed up my schedule and my day-to-day. And it is very unwelcome, so I apologize for that if I sound a little bit off, or my brain may also not be working very clearly. It was a rough night of sleep last night. I don't think I slept for more than an hour straight in any one stint, but I took many micro sleeps between bursts of waking up covered in sweat, which is gross, by the way. But that's what last night was. Okay, so that's turned in. We have a couple of things I want to do here in the Barrens before we do anything else. But we also have some options to do stuff in other places. Some Stonetail and Mountain stuff we could be doing. We have some stuff over at the Zoram Strand in Ashenvale we could be doing, but I want to hunt for Ekiaki. Yeah, we're going to go after Ekiaki, and then we're going to keep going up here past the Sludged Fen, and we're going to go for the Cat's Eye Emerald. That is how we're going to start things out. And I hope it's just not a big mistake. I don't know if Ekiaki is an elite. It doesn't say that he is. I think that if he were to be an elite, the quest would be marked. Especially in vanilla. I did this with the rogue videos that have been going up the last day or so. I'm going to be putting a link to the Discord in the video description below. And that's going to be a link into the hardcore room. So if you are playing on Bloodsail Buccaneers in the hardcore mode, and you want to come hang out with us in the hardcore channel in the Discord, go ahead and click on that link. I ask for, you know, pretty just decent behavior, just normal stuff. Respect other people's opinions. Be kind to other people even when you disagree. Acknowledge that it's okay to disagree. Your job is not to convince anyone of anything. But it's a place where you can have your opinions, share your stories, and maybe find people to group up with and run some stuff with here on the Bloodsail Buccaneers server. So yeah, if you guys want to click the link, just drop a line. You know, maybe what side do you play on? Horde or Alliance? And yeah, share your guys. I'd love to hear about your guys' experience in the Discord. I like reading them in the comments too, obviously. But I feel like the Discord is like probably a better place to have like a back and forth of any kind. Some kind of hardcore discourse, if you will. I would fight a few guys on the way, but none of the aggressive ones are worth any experience, so let's just keep going. I am going to renew our Power Word Fortitude here. Let's check our talents. We don't have any talents unspent. And our inventory is actually okay. It could probably be a little bit better, but it's not awful. Starting to question whether or not I'm going to be able to get by on this side, but I think we'll be able to find a way. It's kind of a little corner of the Barrens that I've never really been into. It's interesting. It's interesting how many, like, small parts of the world we've never seen. Priscus the Hunter dead at level 16 in the Barrens. Rip, brother. Yeah, this is kind of a lonesome little area of the Barrens, isn't it? Not a lot going on over here, and there really isn't a reason for a player to ever come this way. That's the interesting part. We are going to need to skill up our skinning pretty soon. Next time we're in a city, I'm going to have to remember to do that. Otherwise, we're going to cap out. Even our tailoring is looking pretty decent. I did work on tailoring a little bit. And we got it this far. Can make some bolts of linen cloth to skill up on. That would probably be the smartest thing to do. Yeah, I think we can get there. I feel like we need to be going that way. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get up any of these hills. Let's try right over here. This seems the most likely spot to go up. Oh, as it turns out, we could have just went around and there would have been a road. There was an actual pathway that leads to the mine. And because it turns out that when you have a mine, you probably want infrastructure running to it. You know, to move the valuable resources you are supposedly getting out of it. Okay. That was not what I wanted to do at all. Complete misclick. But let's bring him back here. And we will make the best of it. That didn't turn out too bad at all, actually. The fear is good. If you can pull them away from the rest of the camp and whatnot, having the fear is actually really, really huge. For situations like that, just pulling them out, you know, maybe 10, 20 yards, and then popping the fear, usually they don't get far enough to aggro anybody if you pull them out that far. Now this Cat's Eye Emerald, it can actually drop off of any of these guys, I believe. So we don't have a particular destination in mind. We don't have to work our way inside of the buildings or anything like that if we don't want to. We could just get the emerald right now, and we could be done with this quest. Look at that. Look how that worked out. So, okay, we've got Ekyaki's Hide, Cat's Eye Emeralds. We're set at the Sepulchre. Not really where we want to be set to. Herzul Bloodmark. Warsong Reports is actually in Ashenvale. Consumed by Hatred is down to the south. Deep Moss Spider Eggs is actually in Stonetalon Mountains. Serena's Head. Okay, we can do this. Oh man, I made the mistake of watching a little bit of gaming news on YouTube the other day after like not engaging with that content for a very long time. Every time I see news about Blizzard, man, it just fills me with like hopelessness for the game. Sometimes it's actually amazing to me with all the kind of BS that goes on at the company that makes the game, that the game, like both versions of it, classic and retail, are actually as good as they are. Because by all rights, with all the horrible, inhuman shenanigans that happen at this company, these games should not be as good as they are. That's kind of the amazing part. And then I think about stuff I want from the future of the game, and I kind of realize that with the way the company is run and the priorities the company has, I'm never going to get the things I want out of the game. Because I don't think that the people in charge can see the value of different ways people engage with the game. I think that they see one way, and the way they see the game being played is the way that they think brings them the most monthly active users. And I don't think they're very mentally flexible, and I don't think any people who are in charge of how the company is run have ever actually played the game. Not diligently, and not as an actual hobby. And so they have no idea how people enjoy the game. They have no idea the multitude of ways that the game can be enjoyed. They weren't there for the inception of the game, so they don't have really any emotional ties to what the game was, where it's been, how far it's come. And every time I kind of realize that, I realize that the things I want, especially the things I want for Classic, those things aren't going to happen. Because the people in charge of Activision Blizzard are never going to see value in things like this. They're never going to. And as long as Classic WoW is in the hands of Activision Blizzard, Classic WoW is going to be underfunded, undermanned, under content release. They're just going to milk it for, you know, the subsequent expansions. I would say they milk it all the way through Mist of Pandaria. And then they'll probably just throw up their hands and be done. They'll have moved on to another cash cow, or they'll have collapsed completely. And, yeah, that's kind of the future I see. I want to see a future where there's like another season of Mastery. I want to see a future where there's Classic Plus. But let's be real with each other for a minute here. Season of Mastery, the first season, was a horribly conceived idea in many ways. It was a cool thought, you know, it could have been nice, it could have been good, it could have been super engaging, it could have been the start of something that really kept people engaged with WoW month after month, year after year, season after season. But they didn't do it like that. Like everything Blizzard does, they did it half-assed. They did one season. They did not really any changes. You know, they made some changes to how loot works and how loot drops. They made some changes to make sure that people could not take a high-level character in and grind somebody through dungeons. So they made some changes that probably should have always been in the game to begin with, to stop exploitation. And then they increased the speed at which the game is played. Which I don't really know if anybody wants or needs that in a Season of Mastery. Like, the journey is the point. I remember when they changed it from 50% increase to 100% increased experience, I couldn't keep playing anymore because that was so bad. And it's decisions like that tell me, like, yeah, they don't know how people enjoy Classic WoW. If they think people enjoy Classic WoW to get the level cap as quickly as possible and farm endgame content, they're wrong. There are people who love to do that. There are people who love playing the game slowly and then doing that eventually. But if they think that the majority of people play Classic to get to the endgame, they're absolutely out of their minds. But when you give me an experience buff that propels me to endgame, what am I supposed to think about what you think about me? You must think that I want to get to endgame as quickly as possible if you're giving me a huge XP buff for the season. They had a year-long season, and they gave us a huge XP buff. Why do we need a huge XP buff, Blizzard, if the season is literally going to last not a season, not a third of a year, not a half of a year, but the entire year? Tell me what season lasts for 365 days. Sports, tell me a sports, anything, nothing lasts for a year. And that was the big mistake, is that it should never have been a year. They should have immediately had plans for at least 2 seasons. They should have had plans for 2 6-month seasons, and that's how they should have tested the idea. With 2 different feeling seasons. They could play with some different ideas in each season. Maybe one season could have been the quick experience leveling. And then maybe the next season they could have done something different. But they didn't do anything. The point I'm trying to make with this is that they did what they did. And they didn't talk about it. There was no, like, after-action feedback from the devs about what they learned. At least I didn't see this. So if this document or interview or reflection exists somewhere from Blizzard, and I didn't see it, please point me to it. But I never saw them take away any lessons from Season of Mastery. I never saw a blue post talking about how they felt the season went. I never saw a blue post talking about lessons learned and things that they could do for next time around. The season ended after being dead for 8 months. You know, the servers were dead within the first 4 months. And after that, it went on for 8 more months. And then it just ended really unceremoniously without anyone really talking about it. And then what happened, even worse, is that nobody talked about what happens next. So that's where we're at, guys. It's really depressing. It's depressing to find, like, a love for classic vanilla again, and this hardcore mode especially. But then to have to be constantly confronted with the fact that Blizzard doesn't give a shit. There are developers at Blizzard who care immensely. There are individual developers and workers, artists, writers, who care a lot. But the people who are pulling the strings, the people who are their purpose is only to perceptively make as much profit as they can while cutting cost as much as they can, and that is their only purpose in life. Those people make all the decisions, okay? It's that way in every corporation. There is not a corporation in this country that isn't run like this. The decisions are never made by people who specialize in the output. These decisions are not being made by people who specialize in playing, understanding, knowing about video games. They're made by people who went to college for business for a long time, who probably had connections, who probably had other jobs, who have this really thick, beefy resume they want to shove down your throat, and they get put into these positions, and they move from company to company making, you know, 6 figures no matter where they go. And they shake things up at the company, they do some things, they're there for a couple years, and then suddenly they're somewhere else. There's no longevity, there's no long-term planning for people like this. They don't give a shit about the product. They care about good reviews so they can put on their resume that they, you know, increased employee productivity by 5% by blah 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 and blah blah blah. That's the kind of shit these people care about. Not if the game is great, not if the game is amazing, not if the players are happy, not if the game is being innovated upon. Don't let yourself be fooled. And some companies do a better job at hiding that aspect of their nature. Some companies do a really good job at making their fans happy And when a company's making their fans happy, you don't see that part of the corporation, right? It's still there. It's the skeleton underneath all the meaty beef. But when the company is doing things that the players like and making good decisions about how to treat its people, we don't look deeply enough to see, like, the evil capitalist greed behind everything. Ideally, we are kept happy enough that we don't see those things, but Blizzard has never been able to do that recently. They're so transparent with every decision they make just simply being about money. It's gotten, if you watch any of the news that's going on recently at Blizzard, it's gotten really bad. And that's really depressing, you know. I love this game so much, and I want to see it thrive. I want to see this version of it thrive. I just don't see a road, towards that happening. And I don't know what it would take. Let's see. This lady is supposed to be back here somewhere, but I don't see her. We'll just keep killing these guys. Maybe we'll clear this little area out. And then we'll kind of go from there. Oh, there she is. Serena Bloodfeather. She just kind of blended right in. That's my Blizzard rant for today. Sorry about that, guys. This is what happens when I watch news and, like, read information about things. Is that I then feel the need to talk about how I feel about it, which nobody really needs to hear, I don't think. I don't think I have any thoughts that anybody else hasn't had, but every once in a while I read things and see things that kind of tick me off a little bit. And there's that part of you that wishes it'll change, right? That you'll be around to see it change. I'm just getting to a point in my life where I'm not so sure that's true anymore. There we go. Okay, well, I think that majorly we can be done here. Now, if we want to, we can go down and check on, what was his name? Herzul Bloodmark. We could check on Herzul if we want to. He's going to be all the way down by the Wailing Caverns, which is pretty close to Crossroads. So maybe we just go that way. We'll give the lake one more roundabout. The last time we were there, I feel like it was a weekend, and I feel like it was pretty busy. So he might have just been farmed out. So we might as well go see as we finish up some of these quests here. The next group of quests we're going to be doing is going to be down at Camp Trajo. I should be able to see the quest. Let's see. I've done something weird with my hide unexplored area icons. Yes. Hide icons of untracked. Oh, I like that. Hide icons of untracked quests. That's really good. That could cut down on clutter a lot. Okay, so that's not bad. That'll only track quests it'll only track quests that we're tracking. I know it sounds obvious. Maybe we'll run like that for a minute. I don't really have a lot of feelings about the quest tracking. I like this better than the map being covered with every single objective we have. But I'd had it so that it was showing me where to pick up quests, but it wasn't showing me the objectives. Enable objective icons. There we go. So that will hide them. And it'll leave these. Okay, that's fine. I don't really care. I go back and forth with it. I like having a clean looking map ultimately. So tracking the objectives that we're tracking is actually not a bad idea. But the cool thing about Questie is you can kind of tailor your experience to have it be as vanilla as you want it to be. I don't think I need minimap icons. Let's do this for now. Let's get rid of the low-level quests. Alright, we'll kill you. If that's what you really want. If that's what you really want, then we'll do it. Part of me wishes that like something could happen where the community could take over WoW Classic. I know that there are community servers, okay? I know about Turtle WoW. You guys have done a good job of filling me in about Turtle WoW. And I did a little bit of reading. So I know that there are these private servers, right? The thing is, unless I misunderstand something, private servers are completely against the terms of service. You are not technically supposed to be playing on a private server for some obvious reasons. The first and most obvious reason in this capitalist society we inhabit is that if you are playing on a private server, you are not giving Blizzard your money for their product. That is a real thing. Now you might say, I don't need to give a company money for their product. This is a 25-year-old game and I just want to play it my way. I'm not even using their servers. That's true. That's an opinion you could have. It's not accurate. It's an equivocation, you know. You're still technically getting something for free that isn't free. That's the only thing. Now, I wish there was a way for me just to pay Blizzard another 15 bucks a month and let me play on a private server where people have gone in and kind of made things a little bit better, added some systems, changed some things. I'd love to see iterations of WoW where we can have like a sub job where I could pick a talent tree from a different class and have access to some of those talents. I mean, the permutations that exist within the game, if a few restrictions were loosened, the game could be amazing. Obviously, the game could also be very broken. But if you're making something specifically for a hardcore experience, that seems fine to me for things to be a little bit broken. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what the future is for Classic. I just I'm worried at this point. I am worried. I didn't think we'd go so long after SOM ended without hearing anything about a second season. They're probably looking at the numbers for SOM, they're like, this did really bad. Let's never do it again. And it's like, guys, it did really bad because you did a bad job at it. You guys messed it up. It wasn't different enough. There weren't enough changes, but the biggest problem with SOM is that it went on for too long. You took something that should have been a 3 to 6 month experience and you tried to drag it out for an entire year and you thought people were going to be like engaged with it? No one was ever going to engage with it for the entire year. If you would have left the leveling speed alone, people probably would have engaged with it for 6 or 7 months. If you had made more cooler changes to the game, added some dungeons, added some content, changed a few things to make things a little interesting, and then left the leveling rate alone. Then you're like, we want people to engage for a year. Let's increase leveling by 50%. Wait, what? Did you hear yourself just now? You said you wanted people to engage with it for a year, then you have the time it took to level. Herzool, so we got target, slash target Herzool. Let's go ahead and copy that. Like typical, he's nowhere to be seen at the moment. It's crazy how easily we found this guy the first time we did this quest, and then we were never able to find him again. It's incredibly strange. I don't really know what's going on with this quest, or maybe it's bugged out. Has anyone been able to find this guy recently? We found him on the Shaman without any kind of problem. And then we've tried a couple of times since then, and we just haven't been able to get him. I have no idea why. I have no idea why, but I do think that I am about done with that. We gave it a pretty good shot, right? We hung out here the first time for a while. I do have impatience when it comes to running in circles. I don't know what it is. Something about the futility of it. I think that when I'm running my character in a literal circle, I become aware of how futile my efforts are. It's really strange, but I really hate running in circles. I hate running in circles waiting for an enemy to respawn. It's the worst feeling. I'd rather almost stand in place and fight stuff in the area than have to just run around a lake. And the only time you really have to do that is when the NPC has a path that it runs. Instead of just like a spawn point, it has a path that it runs around an entire lake. So like, what are your odds of intercepting it exactly? Probably not great if it's on the move all the time. It could be moving behind you in the opposite direction. It could be moving ahead of you in the same direction. There's really no way to know. The easiest way would be to have a group member, and then you guys could kind of split up. One of you can go this way around the lake, one of you can go this way, and eventually you find the guy. But when you're on your own, that doesn't necessarily happen, as we've now proved twice. So the question becomes, after we turn these in, what do we want to go do? The only active quest we have in Silverpine is the Weaver. And then we have the Breadcrumb taking us into Hillsbrad. I'm not ready to go to Hillsbrad yet. So there's that.
What do you need?
Oh, she has something for us after Akiaki? The hunt deepens. You must defeat your prey and then find your way to its lair. Hunt the Sunscale raptors to the south.
Go forth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do that at some point. What we are going to do right now is we're dropping this. We're done with it. Angry Scythe Claws. So we have to get the feathers and then something about the nest. We can go try to do that one just to get it done, I guess. I'd like to probably go back into Stone Talon next. I feel like there are some things there for us to do, though I don't know if I have the quest that I need to have. We do need to go to Ratchet, I think, to pick up a few quests before we head into Stone Talon. We need Ziz Physics and Deep Moss Spider Eggs we need. We can't use any of these. That's awesome. You've done so well for me, Rambles. You're a regular lucky rabbit's foot, and there's something I want you to see. The harpies are not from around the Barrens. They come from a place called Stone Talon, far to the northwest of here. Though it is probably a dangerous place for you, I need this letter delivered to an old friend of mine. Okay, I've never gotten this breadcrumb before, I don't think. I think it takes us back here. Okay, so we are going to fly over to the Ratchet. Robert speaks. Take two.
Blood and thunder.
We're gonna head over to Ratchet and pick up the quest over there. We'll fly back to the crossroads, and then we will run over into Stone Talon. We don't have the flight point yet for Sunrock. We got the flight point on the Shaman, and I kind of got confused. And for a minute, I thought we had the flight point on this priest, but we don't. I'm gonna play my sound in the background here. That allows me to jump out and respond to things like Discord and stuff while I'm in flight and stuff like that without interrupting. I'll raise the background FPS as well. That way I can click out and it shouldn't affect you guys if I click onto my second screen to respond to something. Kind of trying to set that up so if you guys want to ask me questions, reach out to me directly, you can do that in the Hardcore Bloodsail Buccaneers server Discord room. And I'll actually be able to respond to you, as opposed to like sometimes I get in-game whispers and I can't look at an in-game whisper in the game. Mainly because I don't know what it is, you know, and I want to respect people's privacy without having to do too much editing.
Be good.
Alright, perfect. And then, ooh, were these quests low-level quests? Is that why we can't see them? Are we too late for deep moss spider eggs and stuff? Oh, it says it here, but... Well, those are not the quest I was thinking of. Maybe it's that it's tracking it here. Oh, no, we have it. Okay, I'm stupid. I just looked at this too, didn't I? So there's nothing else that we need here. Yeah, it's one of those days, guys. I did mention that I was not feeling great today. Did we fly over here for no reason? No, because we had a turn-in. And look, we didn't have the Ziz Physics quest. So, at least there was one reason why we came over here.
Talk to me. Hurry back.
Back to the crossroads. Let's... We could run and do this, right? I'd rather head over... I need to find out what's going on in Stone Tailing, because I'm getting kind of worried that some of the stuff there is low level. There was an escort quest, I think, to escort a Tauren lady. We might miss that one. Okay. Deep moss. The Quillbore Tusk we can untrack. Can untrack this. Alright. Let's just do that for now. Now, why is this stuff still tracking? Did I not tell this to only track the quest that I'm actually tracking? Hide icons of untracked quests. Okay, it just had to be cycled through. Maybe it was because we were in flight. I don't know. Sometimes Questie is really weird. Let's go sell all of our stuff here before we head out anywhere.
Stronghold. Go forth to victory.
Alright, that is all that we can do. Kind of hard to believe that we still have 19 levels till we can get a mount. It's a long time. We do have a sack of coins I should open, which gave us an old money bag, which is a 6-slot bag that we absolutely do not need. And it doesn't even look cool, so there's no way I'm replacing any of my current bags with it. So we should be able to do the quest that killed us on the Shaman now with a little bit less difficulty. We have a few levels on the Shaman when the Shaman tried it. It was those goblins with fireballs. Was that the loggers, or I forget which type it was, but one of them has fireballs that they hurl. And that was what killed us on the Shaman. Kind of looking forward to that not happening the same way this time around. We've been wearing this robe for a while. Obviously, we've been wearing lots of our gear for a while. I'm going to have to sit down with tailoring and really try to get it going, and we need to be on the lookout for places where we can farm wool. Now that we're getting some wool, if we come across some humanoids that are giving out wool pretty consistently, I need to take some time and farm them. It's not the most exciting thing, but we really do need to start making ourselves some better gear. We need the stats, you know? It says I have your quest. Where is it? Okay, killing Dark Cloud and Goblin Invaders. There we go. Okay. We need to get over to Sunrock as well and grab the flight point. I think I do like the Questie setting where it will show you the objectives on the map, but only once you have revealed that part of the map. Same thing with showing you where question marks and quest pickups are at, is it'll only with the settings we're using, it'll only show me that if we've revealed that part of the map. And I think that's a good middle ground between having quest tracking and not having any quest tracking. I think we've maybe found a nice middle ground. We have to go back here, I think, for the troll guy breadcrumb, so maybe we do that really quick before we do anything else. He's doing the escort quest that I don't know if we'll do that right away. We'll have to see if she's there and what else we have going on. Because she walks you all the way back out, and then we'd have to run back to get the Sunrock. And here is the little area that I did not know about for about 18 years. I had no idea this area existed in the game at all whatsoever. But here it is. And I usually, even after I knew about this place, I usually just kept forgetting about these quests until we were too high of a level to do them. Blood feeders, we trolls here at Malaka Jin have prospered from the land. Stonetail Mountain offers great hunting for us to live on. Lately, we have attracted the wrong dinner guests. The spiders in these mountains have been raiding our camps at night, looking to steal our hunt. If you were to help us kill off these ghastly beasts, we at Malaka Jin would be in your debt. Spiders are everywhere in Stonetail. Just head north from here and you will see what I am talking about. I appreciate you. I appreciate you and your non-fake accent. I appreciate the trolls in vanilla a lot more than the trolls in later eras, because while some trolls in vanilla have the little fake Blizzard Pantheon fake Jamaican accents that I think are kind of offensive, even though some trolls have them, not all trolls do, and I appreciate that.
you come get the voodoo.
You seem a shady character. You have something for me to see. Why do we seem shady? Is it because we're undead? Racist. Ah, a letter from Darsock. I have not heard from him in many years. So the last of the Bloodfeathers are dead, huh? That is good news. I can remember when my friend Rokan went with that crazy Mach Nethal to kill her older sister. Ah, to be young again like you. Rokan. We know Rokan. So excited I am. 3 little cages for 3 little elves, but what shall we do with our lovely tree-hugging friends? Why, let's give them a taste of, what do they call it? Forest magic. I'll need a good mess of stone talon sap. From those horrid felines, bring me some twilight whiskers. This calls for plenty of courser eyes, of course. Of course it calls for courser eyes. Scale from a Fey Dragon. This is up in Stone Talon Peak.
Careful, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little while, buddy. We will see you later. We need brutes and whatnot. Let's come up here and maybe we can... Well, there's somebody working away back here. Alright, he's going to go in and grab that escort quest, which means that we're probably not going to be doing that at least anytime soon. As far as where Grundig's at... I don't know. Maybe he's back this way? Or maybe he's back here? Let's take a look at the map. Oh, it says he's over here somewhere. Maybe we're just waiting for him to respawn. Yeah, there he is. Okay, he spawns literally right here in front of us. Well, that's not great. This whole camp decided to respawn. That's fun. It wasn't pretty, but we got him. There's a random cliff stomper back here just hanging out with these guys. It's super aggressive, but for some reason it doesn't mind them at all. It's a little bit weird. Maybe we hang out back here and just kind of wait for some of these guys to respawn. Or we could loot too. Looting would be good. Well, we need 2 more brutes. We could kill some of these casters. Maybe that would cause them to respawn as brutes. We've got really nothing else going on, so can you shoot through your house? You cannot shoot through your house. I like that about you. I'm kind of thinking there have to be more somewhere else. Do you guys really think this could be all of the brutes that exist? Granted, we only need 6. They seem to be respawning fast initially, and then they just kind of gave up. Like, we were going to respawn it, and then we gave up. Oh, good. She's back. I don't know if I want to do that right now is my only problem. I would like to finish this kill quest, go to Sunrock. And from Sunrock, I'd then like to come up here, kill the loggers, come back down here, do the escort, then turn this stuff in. That would be like my ideal eventual plan for how to do this. Let's go ahead and see if we can at least get our 2 guys here before we head off. Yeah, here we go. Now we've got some respawns, not really the right types. There's one back there we can grab. Yeah, and by the time we do that, we'll probably have respawns behind us, but there's someone back there clearing, so... I love the training dummies. They've been training back here. It's pretty cool. I think they're supposed to look like humans with beards. That's funny. Lupine cord of the monkey, leather with agility and stam. Alright, we are done here. We can get out of here. We are going to continue on, and we're going to get ourselves over to Sunrock Retreat. There are going to be some spiders up here. I think the plan is the same with them, so we'll get the spiders, we'll go up here, take care of all this stuff, and on the way out we'll hopefully be able to do the escort quest for Kea. But today we are just going to be concerned with getting over to Sunrock Retreat, getting the flight point. I think I might stop by Hearthstone there as well, honestly. We have quite a bit to do here, a lot of running around. And I think the next time that we go into Silverpine, I want to be headed down to Hillsbrad. So I really don't want to do that till level 23 or so. Not sure if we're going to be able to get level 23 here, but I think between Stonetail and doing a couple of things at the Zoramgar stand, which we'll now have the flight point access to, that should get us level 23. We've been doing pretty good. We've been getting a lot of kill experience and stuff along the way as well. So I feel like that's fine. We also have Ashenvale stuff we can do, so if we're feeling a little bit low level by the time we get to Hillsbrad, we will spend some time in Ashenvale. There are some pretty easy kill quests to do up there. The Satyrs, Demon kill quest, and probably a couple of other things that I'm not remembering. The attack on the Night Elf Fortress is pretty simple when it doesn't bug out. Yeah, there are a couple of quests here that are within level. Let's see, the Boulder Slide Ravine. Yeah, that could be something that we do. Alright, for now we're just going to grab the flight point, and then guys, I am going to park it at the inn, I think. Could probably do a little bit of tailoring. Not very much. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let these run, and then I'm going to make the woolen cloth. This is linen still, so this could be a good thing to make while we're still skilling up, although I don't have any coarse thread, and I'm not sure that there's any trainers or vendors here that can provide me with that. I could have a little look. We need trade goods. Vendors. Trade goods. It says there are a couple. Maybe somewhere up top here?
Zug zug.
Okay, she does not have any trade goods.
What can I do for you?
Apparently nothing. Yeah, apparently you can't do anything for me. That's not I wish it wouldn't mark, reagents as trade goods. That's not trade goods. What's it thinking with that? Alright guys, so that is what we're going to do for today. I am going to take a break here. Kind of hoping the next time I play I'll be feeling more 100%. But yeah, the plan is what we have discussed. We're going to be here in Stone Talon for a little bit, maybe jumping over to the Zoram Strand in Ashenvale. So let me know what you guys think. And if you're interested in hanging out with other folks that are doing the hardcore challenge here on the Bloodsail Buccaneers server, go ahead and look in the description below for the link to the Discord channel that we're in. So yeah, that's in my Discord. So you're welcome to click on that and join us. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves out in the real world and take care of each other. And we'll see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.